I think it's a shame. I think it's very sad. I think it's so bad for the royal family. It's a very, very sad. To me, it's a very sad thing. When I see that, it's a very sad thing.
U.S. President Donald Trump has weighed in on the arrest of Prince Andrew, describing it as a shame, deeply sad, and damaging for the royal family. A blunt political reaction as the scandal escalates into a formal criminal investigation.
Something big overseas today. The former Prince Andrew arrested by the police there, related to something with Jeffrey Epstein. Do you think people in this country at some point, associates of Jeffrey Epstein, will wind up in handcuffs too?
Well, I'm the expert in a way because I've been totally exonerated. That's very nice. I can actually speak about it very nicely. I think it's a shame. I think it's very sad. I think it's so bad for the royal family. It's a very, very sad. To me, it's a very sad thing. When I see that, it's a very sad thing. To see it and to see what's going on with his brother, who's obviously coming to our country very soon, and he's a fantastic man, the king. So I think it's a very sad thing. It's really interesting because nobody used to speak about Epstein when he was alive, but now they speak. But I'm the one that can talk about it because I've been totally exonerated. I did nothing. In fact, the opposite. He was against me. He was fighting me in the election, which I just found out through the last 3 million pages of documents.
Trump's remarks land at a critical moment. Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor has now been released under investigation after being arrested on suspicion of misconduct in public office, allegations tied to his time as the United Kingdom's trade envoy and his alleged links to the late convicted sex offender and trafficker Jeffrey Epstein. According to Euronews, police officers carried out searches at addresses in Berkshire and Norfolk before arresting a man in his 60s. Authorities initially declined to name the individual. However, Andrew, who turned 66 on Thursday, was later seen leaving a police station in the evening, confirming the dramatic development. Police later confirmed that the arrested man had been released under investigation. Searches in Norfolk were completed, while operations at a Berkshire address were still ongoing. The investigation, authorities indicated, remains active. At the center of the case are claims that sensitive government information may have been shared during Andrew's tenure as the UK's trade envoy, a role that once saw him represent British commercial interests abroad. Investigators are examining whether that position intersected improperly with his associations. The controversy reignited following the release of additional Epstein-related documents by the U.S. Department of Justice, disclosures that brought renewed scrutiny to figures previously linked to Epstein. Inside Buckingham Palace, the tone has been restrained but resolute. On Thursday, Charles III issued a solemn statement affirming that the law must take its course and pledging full support for the legal process as UK police continue their investigation into the alleged misconduct. That declaration follows decisive action taken months earlier. In October, King Charles III stripped Andrew of his title as prince amid mounting pressure and intensifying scrutiny. The monarch also initiated proceedings to remove Andrew from his longtime residence at Windsor, where he had lived since 2003. What was once a reputational crisis has now crossed into the realm of criminal procedure. Sarah Ferguson may soon find herself under police scrutiny following the arrest of her ex-husband, Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor. Top British legal sources tell Page 6 the Duchess of York could be questioned by Thames Valley Police in connection with the widening investigation. Now, there is no evidence of criminal wrongdoing by Ferguson, but a senior barrister tells Page 6, quote, "The police may have a basis for questioning Sarah Ferguson, as she may be a relevant witness in this case." Authorities arrested Andrew early Thursday on suspicion of misconduct in public office. Investigators allege he may have forwarded confidential trade documents to Jeffrey Epstein during his time as a British trade envoy. If convicted, he could face a maximum sentence of life in prison. Police have not confirmed whether Ferguson will be questioned, but legal insiders say it is entirely up to investigators who they decide to call in, and that possibility alone is sending shockwaves through royal circles. The renewed scrutiny comes after the latest release of Epstein files, a tranche of emails that reportedly include messages involving Ferguson herself. According to those files, she allegedly asked Epstein for financial help, even offering to work for him. In one reported 2010 email, she allegedly wrote, quote, "Just marry me." The optics have been damaging. 6 companies where Ferguson was listed as sole director are now shutting down, according to CNN. Her charity, Sarah's Trust, which focused on women and children, is also closing for the foreseeable future. In a statement, the trust said, quote, "With regret, the charity will shortly close for the foreseeable future." All of this unfolding just as Andrew was taken into custody, and notably, the arrest happened on his 66th birthday. Hours later, he was photographed leaving Aylsham Police Station. Images showed the former prince reclined in the back seat of a vehicle shortly after 1900 GMT, escorted away following questioning. At the time of Andrew's arrest, Ferguson was believed to be in the United Arab Emirates. Before that, she reportedly spent time in the French Alps, seeking winter sun after being evicted from Royal Lodge, the former residence she once shared with Andrew. Despite years of public controversy, Ferguson has consistently defended her ex-husband, even after he lost his royal title. Now, as investigators continue their work, the question lingers: will Sarah Ferguson be formally questioned? And if so, what does she know? For now, her representatives have declined to comment, but with police widening their investigation and the royal family under renewed scrutiny, this story is far from over.